Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Had your lunch?
No, ma'am.
No. After this period, you will have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We learned about plasmolysis in previous class. What is plasmolysis, Abhishek? What did we learn about plasmolysis?
When a living plant cell loses water through osmosis, there is a shrinkage or concentration of the content of the cell away from the cell wall.
You're reading, Abhishek? When a living plant cell?
When a living plant cell loses the water through osmosis, there is a shrinkage or concentration.
What will shrink? What will shrink?
Cell.
The contents of the cell will shrink and then it will move away from
cell wall.
Cell wall. And this process is known as plasmolysis. And when plasmolysis is taking place, a rigid cell wall, the cell wall will remain intact because the cell wall is rigid. Now, we will be learning about, we have completed cell wall, cell membrane. And next we are going to learn about the most important part of a cell, the control center of the cell. Which is the control center of the cell? Nucleus. And throughout we were comparing the different parts of a cell to a counterpart there in our school. Cell wall was compared to security guard, and plasma membrane was compared to gatekeeper, and nucleus can be compared to someone who regulates all the activities taking place in the school.
And principal.
Principal, and here chairman. So principal this year, she has joined, but chairman also gives directions, instructions to others, and all the staff, both teaching and non-teaching staff, and brings about the smooth functioning. So same way, nucleus also regulates all the activities taking place in the cell. So let us learn more about the same. So as I told you, here you can see the comparison between a chairman regulating all the chairman regulating all the activities in our school with that of the nucleus. So throughout we were comparing like cell membrane, cell wall, all were compared to a counterpart there in the school. So same way I've compared nucleus to chairman, the one who regulates all the activities in the school. Now let's learn more about nucleus. Nucleus is a control center of a cell. All the activities taking place in the cell is regulated by nucleus. A nucleus, as you can see in the picture, it is covered by a double-layered membrane. You can even call it as nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane. It is double-layered, and as you can see in the figure, it is not a continuous layer. It is not forming a continuous layer. In between, you can find certain gaps. So here you can find certain gaps or certain pores. You call it as nuclear pores. Once again, nucleus is covered by a double-layered membrane, which you call as nuclear membrane. And the nuclear membrane is not continuous. In between, you can see some pores. These pores are known as nuclear pores. Children, what is seen outside the nucleus? What do you call the part outside the nucleus? Here, this part. Assume that this is a cell, nucleus here, and outside nucleus, what is present? Cytoplasm. So outside, cytoplasm is present, the jelly-like substance present between the nucleus and the cell membrane. So these pores will help in the exchange of materials between the nucleus and cytoplasm. Through these pores, materials can go in and out from the nucleus to the cytoplasm and from the cytoplasm to the nucleus. Nuclear membrane is provided with pores which help in the transfer of materials between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Okay, once again, nucleus is the control center of the cell. Nucleus is the control center of the cell. It is covered by a double-layered membrane, which you call as nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is provided with minute pores. Function of these pores is to help in the exchange of materials. It helps in the transfer of materials between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Now moving on to the next part. Inside the nucleus, what do you find, children? Inside the nucleus, what can you find? What do you find inside the nucleus? Some structures are there inside the nucleus. Chromatin fibers. Some thread-like structures, an entangled mass of thread-like structures you can see within the nucleus. But these chromatin fibers will later change into what? Chromosomes. Chromatin is in the form of a fiber, thread-like structures, an entangled mass of, a coiled mass of thread-like structures. But later, that is when the cell is about to divide or before cell division, chromatin fibers will become short, thick, and they change, they'll condense and form what you call as chromosomes. Children, how many chromosomes do we have in each cell? That number is fixed. Yes?
23.
23 or 23 pairs? Shivanya? 23 pairs. 46. 23 pairs, we have 46 chromosomes in a cell. Okay. So chromosomes are structures found inside the nucleus, and normally in an undividing cell, they will be in the form of thread-like structures. But when the cell is about to divide, they get condensed and form what you call as chromosomes. Nucleus contains chromosomes, and the function of chromosomes. Genes are present on chromosomes. You have learned in class 8. Nucleus contains chromosomes, and these chromosomes carry genes. And what is the function performed by them? They help in the transfer of information from the parents to the offspring. Offspring means children, in the form of DNA molecules. They carry information. Information for what? The inheritance of characters from the parents to the offsprings, and these information is stored, or these are carried in the form of DNA molecules, because chromosomes are made up of DNA. Chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins. Okay. Once again, I will repeat. Nucleus consists of chromosomes, and chromosomes, they are made up of DNA and proteins. You will learn in the next slide. And they carry information for the inheritance of characters from parents to offspring in the form of DNA molecules. It is said in the form of DNA molecules because chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins. And it is due to these chromosomes that we resemble our parents. Siblings have so many similarities. We teachers, when we go to a particular class, we used to ask them, do you have an elder or younger sister in so-and-so class, or younger and elder brother in so-and-so class? How the teachers can make out, not only teachers, anybody seeing the similarities, they can make out that you both belong to the same family, or both are the children of same parents because of the similarities you share. And see, some children will have so many similarities with their parents. Some features of father, some features of mother. It is because of these chromosomes that we inherit all these characters. Okay? Chromosomes, where can you find them? In the nucleus. What is its function? They carry information. For what? For the inheritance of characters from parents to offsprings in the form of DNA molecules. See here in this figure, you can find the chromatin fibers. Hope you can see the chromatin fibers marked. These are the chromatin fibers, but when the cell is about to divide, they will condense and they form structures known as chromosome. Chromatin fibers will change into chromosomes at the time of cell division. And children, here I have given the picture depicting the school website, a symbolic representation of school website. Why I have given the picture of school website here?
Ma'am, it gives the information of the school.
So why that picture here under chromosomes?
Ma'am, because chromosomes give information.
Yes, exactly. Chromosomes, they contain information for the inheritance of characters from parents to offspring. Similarly, in our school website, we get all the necessary information regarding the school. So we can compare chromosomes to a school website. Clear? Where all the necessary information is stored. Once again, chromosomes are present inside the nucleus. They carry information for the inheritance of characters from parents to offsprings in the form of DNA molecules. Why in the form of DNA molecules? Because chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins. Expansion of DNA, last year you have learned, DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Not only DNA, but protein. See the figure given below. This is a picture of a cell. This is nucleus. Inside you can find chromosomes. And here you can find an enlarged view of chromosome. If you further magnify it, you can find these chromosomes are made up of what you see here, like a helically twisted ladder or staircase, which is twisted. So this is DNA molecule. Actually, this is DNA. And a portion of this DNA, you call it as gene. Another portion, another gene. Okay. So that means these genes are present where actually? On the chromosomes. Chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins. A segment of DNA you call as gene. That is why last year you learned chromosomes carry genes. Don't you remember that sentence? Yes. Chromosomes, they carry genes and help in the inheritance of characters from parents to offspring. Once again, chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins, and functional segments of DNA you call as genes. A segment of DNA with a particular function, you call them as genes. Several genes are arranged on the chromosomes. Okay, children?
Ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, can you show this slide after an plasmolysis?
Where were you? You didn't join at that time? You were not there?
Ma'am, I joined.
No problem. I'll repeat. Dion, no? Dion is speaking?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll repeat everything. Okay. This is the last one. After that, last one means I can complete a particular topic with this. Then I will show all the previous slides. When a cell, already I have mentioned this particular point, when the cell is not dividing, the nuclear material will be in the form of thread-like structures, an entangled, a coiled mass of thread-like structures, which you call as chromatin material. But when the cell is about to divide, the chromatin material will condense, will organize and form rod-like structures, which you call as chromosomes. So when a cell is not dividing or when cell is not undergoing any division, the nuclear material will be in the form of thread-like structures. But when the cell is about to divide, this chromatin material will condense. They'll become very thick and form what you call as chromosomes. So we'll have a quick recap of all the points that we learned. So we started with the nucleus. Nucleus is the control center of the cell. Okay. So to begin with, we learned that nucleus is the control center of the cell, and I also told you a nucleus in the cell can be compared to chairman of a school, because both of them regulates the different activities. Chairman regulates activities taking place in the school, and nucleus regulates the activities taking place in the cell. Nucleus is the control center of the cell. It is covered by a double-layered membrane, which you call as nuclear membrane. And the nuclear membrane is having certain pores in between. And these pores are for helping in the exchange of materials between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. That is a function of nuclear pores. Where are nuclear pores found? Nuclear pores are present in the nuclear membrane. What is the function of the nuclear pore? It will help in the exchange of materials between nucleus and cytoplasm. Dion, have you copied?
I'm copying it down.
Okay, okay. Then after that, what did we learn? We learned about chromosomes. We learned about chromosomes. Where do you find chromosomes?
Ma'am, in the nucleus.
Inside the nucleus. And usually the chromosomes, that is when the cell is not dividing, chromosomes will be in the form of, or the nuclear material will be in the form of thread-like structures. You call them as chromatin material. Later they will condense and form chromosomes when the cell is about to divide. And the function of the chromosomes, they carry genes and they help in the inheritance of characters from parents to offspring in the form of DNA molecules. Okay? Then we learned chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins, and the functional segments of DNA are known as genes. When a cell is not undergoing division, same point is repeated. When a cell is not undergoing division, the nuclear material will be in the form of a coiled mass of thread-like structures, which you call as chromatin material. But when the cell is matured and is about to divide, this chromatin material will condense or will get organized and form what you call as chromosomes. Okay?
Ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am.
Okay, carry on. Next, we need to learn about the different functions. So before that, we'll have a recap again.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay, okay, carry on.
Ma'am, will you post this on the class group after the class?
Yes. Why, what happened, Dion? Which slide you want to see again?
Ma'am, nucleus final slide.
Nucleus, final. Wait a minute. This one? Which one? Dion, tell me this one? Or the previous?
My previous.
You take a screenshot of the same. You are attending class on mobile?
Yes, ma'am.
This one?
Yes, ma'am.
or the previous?
Ma'am, the nuclear membrane has pores which help in the
Okay, okay.
transfer of material.
I'll show. Wait. Okay, quickly copy or take a screenshot of the same. Nuclear membrane is having pores which helps in the transfer of materials between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's have a quick recap of the points that we learned. Joseph, you may start. Any one point. Joseph?
Yes, ma'am.
Any one point.
Nucleus is control center of the cell.
Nucleus is the control center of the cell. And Leah, another point.
Ma'am, it is covered by a double layer.
Nucleus is covered by a double layered membrane. What do you call this double layered membrane?
Nuclear membrane.
Nuclear membrane. Evelyn, Abhinav, Salin, Steve, Dion, you people don't want attendance? Then no problem. Okay. Then what else we learned? Mishal, what was the next point that we discussed?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
What was the next point that we discussed? You tell me any
Nucleus.
point about nucleus. Nucleus. She told, Leah told that nucleus is covered by a double layered membrane. That is nuclear membrane. Then what is special about this nuclear membrane? Vishal?
Ma'am, the pores.
They have, the nuclear membrane is provided with pores. What is the advantage of having pores in the membrane?
It helps in the transfer of materials between nucleus and the cytoplasm.
Cytoplasm. Then what else we learned? Alia? What are present inside the nucleus?
Chromosomes.
Chromosomes. What is the difference between chromosomes and chromatin material? Ashmit, how are they different? Pardon, dear, I can't hear you. Can't hear. Try again. No, sorry. Shangari, how are they different? Chromatin material and chromosomes.
Ma'am, this chromatin materials are.
Where can we find chromatin material?
Ma'am, in.
You're checking somewhere. I can make out that you're checking something. You don't know?
No.
Krishnaveni?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, chromatin fibers are thread-like structures.
Found where?
In chromosomes.
Chromatin material found in chromosomes. What type of cells you can find them? All cells, chromatin material is found, or in any specialized cells?
Specialized.
What are those? What is the specialization? How are they special? Anybody can help? Who knows the answer? Yes, Shivanya.
Chromatin fibers are entangled mass of thread-like structures found in the nucleus.
Found in the nucleus of chromatin material and chromosomes, both are found in the nucleus of cells.
But what cell is not dividing.
Exactly. In undividing cells, when the cell is not dividing, the nuclear material will be in the form of thread-like structures known as chromatin material. And when do they change to chromosomes? Krishnaveni, when do they change to chromosomes?
After cell division.
After cell division, when the work is over.
No, before.
When the cell is about to divide. Okay, at the time of cell division. Clear?
Yes.
Somebody I asked and she or he couldn't answer. Who was that?
Me.
Shangi.
Ashmit, your voice is okay now. I can hear properly now. Audio problem is solved. Ashmit, repeat the answer.
Ma'am, the cell, when the cell is not dividing, the chromatin will be in the nucleus.
What is meant by chromatin material? How do they look like?
Ma'am, they look like entangled threads.
Mass of thread-like
Mass of
structures.
structures.
And whereas chromosomes, where do you find?
Ma'am,
At the
when
time
cell
of
is about to divide.
Cell division. And from where are they formed?
Ma'am,
From what these chromosomes are formed? What will change into chromosomes?
Chromatin fiber.
Chromatin fibers, they'll get organized to form rod-like structures, which you call as chromosomes. And what is the function of chromosome? Neema, what function is performed by chromosomes?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
Function of chromosomes. What function do they perform?
Ma'am, statements of DNA are called germs.
What did I ask? Function. You're saying about genes. I didn't ask you about genes. What is the function of chromosomes? And I gave you an example. You have the features of your father and mother. You resemble your father and mother? Yes.
Yes.
What is the reason? I told you that is a function of chromosomes. Now can you...
DNA.
Chromosomes, they help in what? They carry... What do they carry?
DNA.
Through DNA, what are they carrying? What are they transferring?
DNA molecules.
DNA molecules they are made up of DNA. But through this DNA, what do they transfer? Who can tell?
Ma'am, inheritance of
Dion.
Ma'am, inheritance of characters.
Dion?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the answer.
Ma'am, gene.
Function of... When I ask you the function of chromosome, you're saying genes? Tell me the function.
They carry inheritance
Wait,
of
they
parents.
carry... Yes, Dion. They carry...
They carry inheritance of parents.
They carry the information for the inheritance of characters. From whom to whom? From parents to offsprings in the form of DNA molecules. I'll repeat once again, and after that, both Naima and Dion will repeat. Agreed? Yes. They carry information. They means chromosomes carry information for the inheritance of characters from parents to offsprings in the form of DNA molecules. Dion, try first. Chromosomes.
Ma'am, chromosomes, they carry information to inheritance from parents.
For the inheritance of what? Inheritance of characters.
Characteristics.
From
parents to children.
In the form of?
In the form of chromosome. Gene.
Which
DNA,
molecule, dear?
Ma'am, DNA.
DNA molecules. In the form of DNA molecules. Relay in between, it is getting cut off. Naima, repeat.
Yes, ma'am.
Repeat.
Ma'am, they carry informations.
Don't read. I don't want you to read.
They carry informations of
information for
characters.
Inheritance of characters from
parents to offspring.
In the form of
DNA molecules.
Okay. Shall we continue, children? Others also learned by now. Steve, Evelyn, Salin. If your video is off, sorry to say, I won't mark you present.
Ma'am, can you show the slide nuclear pulse?
Yes, somebody was saying.
Ma'am, I can't turn on my video. I have sent a message in WhatsApp.
Okay. Midun?
Ma'am, can you show the slide nuclear pulse?
How many times I displayed it?
No, ma'am. No one.
Okay, I will show. But see that you tell me then and there, okay? Not after completing the topic.
Okay, ma'am.
Over?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Ma'am,
Yes?
ma'am, Agnes in the waiting room.
Okay, okay, let me check. Now we are moving on to see the functions of nucleus. What are the different functions performed by the nucleus? And children, I think we will not have time. Anyway, one slide we'll just see. Nucleus regulates all the functions of the cell. You know, nucleus is the structure which regulates all the functions of the cell. Then it plays an important role in cellular reproduction. How a cell is reproducing and forming new ones? By cell division. So it plays an important role in cellular reproduction or cell division. Third point, it directs the chemical activities of the cell. So in general, we have told they are regulating, or the nucleus is regulating all the activities of the cell, and it directs the chemical activities of the cell, and it will decide the way the cell should develop and what form it will exhibit. See, if a group of cells are there, all are not becoming the same type. There are different types of cells. There are different types of tissues. So it is the nucleus that directs the chemical activities taking place in the cell and decides the way the cell will develop and the form it will exhibit, what form it will develop into. All that is decided by the nucleus. First 2 points, I hope it is clear. It regulates all the activities of the cell. It plays an important role in cell division or cell reproduction. Third point, it directs the chemical activities of the cell and thereby determines the way the cell will develop or what form it will develop or exhibit when it becomes matured. Or if you find it difficult, you can just say it directs the chemical activities taking place in the cell and determines the way the cell will develop in future. Or it plays an important role in the development of cell. Okay? So more points on this, we will be.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So thank you, children. See you next class. So learn today's topics when you join for the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.